Lights, camera, action. Right, sorry, I just have to get that stim out before we get into it. But firstly, I do just want to say I am genuinely so grateful for the people who continue to motivate me in making these What the L videos. Honestly, some days I do not feel like filming, I barely feel like existing, and some days the editing app just makes me want to have a nap. But I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I started posting on this account for a reason, with absolutely zero expectations. I think I've realised I need to stop putting so much pressure on myself and actually enjoy the content that I am creating. So genuinely, thank you to the people who do continue to motivate me, encourage me, support me, and hype me up, because I really wouldn't be here without you guys talking absolute nonsense into a ring light. Now then, little life update. Woo! No, you're not seeing things. Yes, my hair is now red. I have decided to go redhead. But I think it suits me. I love it. I went and got a picture of my aura taken last year and it was red. And now it just makes so much sense. Goddess energy, dominant energy, powerful energy coming through, which has wanting to be released for a little while. But patience is a virtue, and now feels like the time. Even in parenting, I've become a lot more firmer, a lot more confident, a lot more assertive, and in my everyday life as well. Recently, I've been doing things and exploring things that make my soul happy, trying new experiences, reconnecting with myself again, also remembering that as much as I am a public figure online, my real life will remain private. I've also actually been doing something completely new to me, and that is decentering men from my life, because for as long as I can remember, my life has revolved around man. I've always thought that having a man would bring me happiness, but I'm now putting the energy back into myself, healing, achieving my own goals, and honestly, life gets significantly more peaceful when you stop revolving your life around men. Woo! Who literally are just full of emotional unavailability. Fuck judgment from other people. Do what makes your soul happy. No matter what you do in your life, somebody is going to have something to say about it, whether it's good or it's bad. Speaking of happiness, I have recently connected with an old friend from school. We were in the same class for 5 years, weren't friends, but we have reconnected. And we clearly both very fancy each other, and spending time with her has been amazing. So I'm just going to see how all of that progresses. But life is strange. 1 minute you're ignoring each other in year 9 science, the next minute you're sat flirting over a cup of coffee. Beautiful stuff, really. And I'm still working as a nurse once a week, and something happened to me twice, which genuinely felt like the universe was grabbing me by the shoulders and saying, babe, this is not your forever. Honestly, message received. I can't say too much right now, but just know that there is some very exciting career news coming my way in the next few weeks. And until then, my lips are sealed, which is actually quite rare for me. Still streaming, still mothering, still nursing, still attempting to survive, but now I'm actually starting to learn how to thrive. Now, moving on to the next segment. What the hell was I thinking? Now listen, I actually hate admitting this, because probably somehow she can sense it spiritually and it's become even more powerful, but my mother was right. Aww. I hate saying those words. Back when we were in communication, she did warn me about a guy who had either come into my life or who was coming into my life. And this person would apparently be an enemy, and that I needed to be very, very careful. Her words, not mine. Now, she was actually told this by a psychic medium. I know you can all roll your eyes and judge me, but the same psychic medium also told my mum that my sister would become pregnant at the end of the summer. and congratulations to her, because I now have become an auntie. So going back to the main story, the universe gave me 1,000,001 signs that this guy who I dated was not my future husband. Did I listen to any of them? No, of course I didn't. I just ignored them, carried on. And then at one point we were actually playing Scrabble and the letters F-O-E were pulled out on my side, and I was like, oh my god! Ooh, foe, wow. L, wake up. Eventually I did open my eyes to see who that person really was, and that is something that I definitely don't want in my life. Yes, the situation hurt me, but I've massively learned from it as well. And luckily for me, I keep every receipt, every piece of evidence, just to back myself up in the future if ever needed. Now, I could actually expose everything here, right now, with actual proof of evidence that I've got that will literally all have you screaming, what the L? But in all honesty, I'm actually finding healthier ways to cope with that rage that's inside me regarding the situation. And let's just say, healing peacefully while somebody watches you glow is incredibly therapeutic. Anyway, moving on to what the hell we asking? Eliminators have asked me some questions and I'm going to answer them honestly. So somebody asked me the question, what has been the best thing and what has been the worst thing that I've experienced whilst I've been on TikTok? So TikTok for me, I've been there 6 years. I've had my account for 6 years, have been streaming for well over a year now, and a handful of times I have been in the dailies, which is top 100 creators in the UK, and I have finished in the top 100 before. I've also had the chance to visit TikTok HQ, and my account continues to grow daily, which genuinely means the world to me. I love creating content, I love streaming, and I'm very grateful for the people who have been here from the start and continue to still support me. And the worst side of TikTok for me is probably that there are people on the app that definitely don't deserve to have a platform. I don't think they should have platforms, and there's some content that can genuinely be damaging. That's probably the downside of it. And sometimes there can be drama, and sometimes things have been exposed, especially rage baiting and whatnot. I mean, I'm no saint in it all. And I'm not sorry either, but there is the risk that comes with that as well. If you date someone from TikTok and you go public, then it's bound to end in failure. That'll be true for some people. My cousin actually met her wife on TikTok and they're now happily married and have a family, so. But guys, thank you so much for listening to an episode of What the Hell Are We Discussing Today? And let me know in the comments if there's any topics that you would like me to discuss, and we could maybe debate about it. But as always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you.